How's it going, everyone? Your boy Corey, aka Crasher, here with the new video, and what we're going to be talking about here is a very big example of what happens when you let your addiction to clout poison your mind and bludgeon your capacity to be sensible and realistic. We have an article here that is titled, "So-Called Influencer is Attacked After Cutting the Line at a Crowded Event Because She is Obnoxiously Beautiful and Has 70,000 Followers." Footage of an unidentified influencer cutting a line has gone viral. She justified her behavior by saying she's obnoxiously beautiful and has 70,000 followers, therefore deserved to go ahead of everyone else. Another unidentified woman confronted her for skipping the line. She then pulled her by her hair to the ground. Although it's unclear who the influencer is, many have speculated it's a social media enthusiast by the name of Lexi, who has 17,000 followers. The footage of a self-proclaimed influencer cutting in line during an event has gone viral after the so-called social media star excused her behavior by telling bystanders she has 70,000 followers and is obnoxiously beautiful. A TikToker who goes by Desi Self documented the so-called social media star, who is yet to be revealed, skipping the line to buy food and drinks at the 14th annual Jack Daniel's New Year's Eve Live, Nashville's Big Bash event on New Year's Eve, which had an estimated 210,000 attendees, according to local Nashville news. According to Desi Self, she didn't catch the moment three women cut to almost the front of the line after other attendees had been waiting for over 40 minutes, but she did document another woman confronting the unidentified woman who believed their looks and follower count could get them to the front of the line. We also have some imagery here showing stills from the video in question, showcasing this woman being really obnoxious, belligerent, and even threatening another woman because said woman dared to confront her and remind her that her follow count doesn't excuse her bad behaviors, nor does it make you better than everyone else. She went up and said something to them because it was rude and everyone was talking about it. The girl who cut started videoing the lady who said something to them, and when the woman asked her to stop filming, she didn't, so the woman smacked her phone, Desi Self said. After the self-proclaimed influencer's phone gets smacked, she looks back in shock at the woman who took matters in her own hands while Desi Self zoomed in on the fight waiting to happen. Those patiently waiting in line for their food and drinks were heard cheering on the confrontational woman. As the influencer continued recording, she turned back to the woman who confronted her and said, "I'm obnoxiously beautiful, you ugly old blank. I will beat you the F up," she added. Bro, she has 70,000 followers on TikTok, someone in the crowd can be heard screaming. However, it's not clear if he was repeating something the woman had said or was joking. She said she got 70,000 followers on TikTok, another said while laughing. The so-called social media star then sticks her tongue out at the other woman, grabs her friends, and prepares to leave. But the three women don't get very far as the woman who defied her from the start began to inch closer, grabbed the influencer's hair, and pulled her to the ground. The influencer then soon got to her feet and threw her drink at the woman. After having beer thrown at her face, the woman walks away only to be followed by the influencer. She chases after the lady, but does nothing once she gets to her, and the lady just walks off, Desi Self said at the end of the video. Although it is unclear who the influencer is, many have speculated it is social media enthusiast Lexi, who has 17,000 followers, but she has yet to confirm or deny the allegations. Social media users couldn't get enough of the video and dubbed it as one of the most hilarious and awesome catfights they had seen. One user wrote, "This was so satisfying. I'm glad she wasted her beer she cut in line for by throwing it." Another added, "This is good content. Thank you." "Hilarious," commented one user. "That's awesome," said another user. Okay, so now that we ourselves the context on the table, let me give my thoughts and analysis on this. While I definitely think that violence is the absolute last thing that you should resort to in any given situation, there are elements in this situation where the violent outcome, so to speak, was definitely more understandable. I'm not justifying justifying it, but it's more understandable, and here's why. You have someone who, from the jump, shows really bad manners and obnoxious behaviors by cutting ahead of everyone in line, who, unlike her, had to wait there for a while, and then being even more obnoxious all because of your so-called looks and internet clout, and then going from bad to worse when you threaten acts of violence upon someone who confronts you, rightfully so, on your bad behaviors. Be prepared to back up the smack you spew out, that's all I'm saying. And another thing I'll say is that it does not matter how you look or how many followers you have. You aren't above anyone, no matter what you think or have to say. Now, this situation could have been handled a lot better, but this is a fine example of what happens when you're not exercising intelligence in a given situation. And again, I want to reiterate that I do not approve of the violent acts here in this situation. However, this is something that was brought upon the so-called influencer, because when you shoot off at the mouth and make threats of violence on someone, well, be prepared for retaliation. That's all I'm gonna say. So what are your guys' thoughts and opinions on what we talked about here in today's video? Whether you agree or disagree, it doesn't matter. I would love to hear you guys out. Just remember to keep it 100 and keep it respectful in the comments, whether you agree or disagree with me, or agree or disagree with one of your fellow commenters. Thank you guys very much for watching. Thank you for your time as well in viewing this video. Have yourself a damn good one, you beautiful people, and I'll see you next time.